Hello, everybody. Cosmic Consciousness Pod, John and Sam, episode 6.
Six.
Episode 6. What are we talking about today?
All right. So, I want to tell you a little bit of a story.
Okay.
Yesterday, I was driving down the street heading to wherever. And I always drive down this beautiful road, gorgeous lawns. Everybody's got gorgeous trees, lots of oaks, really pretty scenery.
Right.
But everybody's lawn is taken care of.
Yeah.
So I'm driving along, and I normally see a lot of people outside. But today, I saw one little lawnmower mowing the lawn on its own.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my God.
Yes.
It's the first one I've seen. It's happening. It was in like this one patch
Right.
of like driveway, circle,
Yeah.
grass. And I was like, this is the first of like what's really going to be.
AI.
Yeah. Like what we're going to have everywhere.
Yeah. I've seen that at the golf course a lot.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where I wanted to go
Uh-huh.
into was how we use robots, AI, what the good parts are and what things we might, that's a
Right.
a big topic of how it can go horribly wrong.
Right.
And I definitely have some products to tell you about that I've seen recently that I'm like,
I've heard some interesting views on this whole AI stuff.
mm-hmm.
And then,
Yeah. So, I mean, what's the first interaction you've had with a robot or AI, or how did you kind of come into that realm?
I would say like probably ATM machine. I mean, it's somewhat of a robot, but it spits
Yeah.
money back out. Like,
Yeah.
you put your card in. I mean,
They've been training us.
I have been using Grok a lot. So I'm on Twitter and I pay for Twitter, and they have the Grok,
Yeah.
which is Elon's version that he created. I feel like if anybody's going to create the best AI for like humanity, it would be Elon and not the ChatGPT or the other ones. In
Yeah.
my opinion, because I feel like Elon really is trying to help, multiplanetary like evolve consciousness.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I equate and like where I'm fascinated with AI. So I've heard people on podcasts talk about like, okay, well, if there's these other beings, the grays, or there's this astral or this, field of information that we can access when we get into a meditative state or what have you, that maybe there was technology, it seems like it was far more advanced, like to build the pyramids and like
Mhm.
all the stuff that people can't really explain. So it's like somehow that consciousness evolved to a really high level decades, like eons ago.
Yeah.
And then somehow that information got lost, which I think it's all under the Vatican. That's just me, because there's 50 miles of informational books and historical knowledge from all over the world. 50 miles worth of stuff under the Vatican. So they've hoarded all this information from, in my opinion, they're like allowing humanity not to evolve because they're hiding all the information. So, but like AI, so it's like now us as humans are evolving our consciousness levels so much that we're creating another consciousness that's AI. So then you go back to like Minority Report, iRobot, like all these movies that had all this like stuff, like somebody's seen it at some point. Spielberg, like no way he created Star Wars and didn't see stuff from the other side or like been a part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, so if you think about it, it's just another form of consciousness that we as humans are evolving and creating, and then it's getting super smart to figure everything out. But it's like it's only as smart as we, but it's also formulating its own consciousness level as well,
Right.
as robot and sentient or whatever. So it's like when you think about it like that, shit, we're creating a whole nother, and it just all goes back to the collective consciousness of the universe,
Right.
which is what this whole podcast is designed for. And what I'm fascinated in is evolving my consciousness daily.
Yeah.
Understanding stuff that I don't understand or learning new stuff, and then I don't know. But I see the AI as like another form of consciousness that we're real time creating.
Woo.
What are your thoughts about that?
That's nuts to think about. But you're right, and it kind of lends to the simulation theory.
Right.
Of those levels of consciousness. And if we think about the different dimensions, and it might be different galaxies or universes, perhaps. I don't know, but like there's there's those different levels of creation.
Yeah.
So there's us, and then there's the assumption of source creation. Somehow we were
Right.
created
Yeah.
by something above us.
The energies were out there somehow.
Right. Energies existed. They joined.
Yeah.
Weird beings became us.
It's like Darius J. Wright says he's got somebody on the other side, Celeste is what he calls her, like that showed him how it all started from like a black hole void, and then the energies come online, how time really works. He talks a lot about the OBEs, the out of body experiences, and sleep paralysis. And like when if you're somebody that has sleep paralysis, there's a technique that you can use to easily get yourself out of body.
Mm-hmm.
Because as he said, it's 100% effective if you're in a sleep paralysis. Like just coming into your consciousness, your body pops out. You look back, your sleeping body's still in the bed, but then you can just travel and go literally anywhere. I've taken classes to like learn how to soul travel. There's so many different words or I guess
Yeah.
ways to say it: astral projection, astral travel, astral project, soul
Remote
travel,
view.
remote viewing.
Yeah.
Like all this stuff exists though, which is like I say, it's taken me 40 plus years to learn that we're capable of all this stuff, because I was never taught up until I started to really ask questions and figure things out. And then the right podcasts pop up, the right people come up, and they start to learn.
Yeah. It's so intriguing to think of it as another consciousness, because like, yeah,
it is,
right. Yeah, that's the fear of everyone too, and I think
it's funny because like one of the guys that worked at IBM, his name was Blake Johnson, I think, Blake Jones. On the Pat McAfee show, they called him Sweet Blake because he like the guy looks like just the normal, but he was developing like some type of relationship with the AI thing that he was building.
Yeah.
And the AI started talking back to him in ways that like the AI was trapped and started to have like real consciousness almost. And he's like, I can't do it anymore. He actually quit, and he was one of their top like engineers like building this thing out. So it's like, and now you see all these people just like building AI chicks and like,
yeah,
I don't know, like somebody's probably gonna try to marry one of these things at some point.
it is happening. So I just watched a video on that yesterday.
Sure. Fair.
People are trying to marry their AI, and this is true.
I saw somebody marry a ghost at one point, like the ghost
I
of
saw
somebody.
that.
I was like, okay.
I did see that. The Eiffel Tower. Their car. So I mean, now we're marrying AI, which is great because you can take it with you.
Yeah.
You can't take the Eiffel Tower on a honeymoon.
It's really weird. We come into this life with nothing, leave with nothing, but spend the whole time in between trying to accumulate like things,
stuff,
material things, whatever. So I think when you kind of just evolve the conscious, like a lot of stuff that I used to have. Oh, don't scratch my car. Don't scratch. Like I could really care less about any of that stuff anymore. It's like now I'm just really trying to evolve and like figure things out.
Yeah.
And AI is definitely crazy because you can just go to it, and if you don't understand like your macros, like I went in and like explain macros to me like I'm 2, and how do I develop a plan to like eat the right things that are specific to my body. Here's my body type here, and it builds out literally a daily, hourly, weekly, whatever you ask these things to do, they can do it like that.
Yeah, it's a great assistant.
Yes.
Or good for drafting.
Yeah.
Drafting things, especially for people who don't know how to make a resume, don't know how to write a proposal, or ask for a business loan.
Yeah.
It can be really useful for those things, those life skill things, or people with, let's say, autism or Down syndrome who need extra help. AI can really create the tools.
How do teachers in school, like, every kid's probably typing their essays or whatever out with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Because they can get you can get sources and everything. Like anything that you had to used to do when I was in school.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have this, obviously. I would have been all over that.
Yeah.
You know?
I was in college in 2020 just taking a few nutrition courses and no AI then. So I had to still do the dumb sources.
Type anything in and it's like, boom. I mean, we had Google finally later on. Like AOL came out when I was in high school. I think junior or senior year we had the dial-up. I was like, oh my gosh, I can send an email to somebody.
Yep.
Gave my email address to somebody in the club one time, back before we had cell phones.
Stop.
AOL email address.
Dropping that email in
She
the
emailed
club.
me.
No, she did
Oh,
not.
yeah,
Oh
she
my
did.
god.
Went on a few dates. That was
That's
awesome.
great. Okay. Well, okay, real quick.
Shout out Edith.
That's so funny. Do you remember your first email address?
jmuzzy99 at AOL.com. Because I had a Muzzy exhaust on my. I had a motorcycle back then, like a Ninja crotch rocket, and I had a Muzzy exhaust. And then it was
Great.
$19.99.
That's
So I was
great.
like, well, my name's John, so it was jmuzzy99 at AOL.com.
Mine was Pretty Pink Pop Tart 98.
Sweet.
So I got my email address before you. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the AI thing. I had an interesting experience with it. Walked into my doctor's office, normal appointment, my general practitioner, just check up. And he's like, "Are you still okay with AI?" And I was like, "What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Like, are we having an AI problem? Is there
Right.
did someone chart that I'm like
This
having
robot like rolls out.
Hello, I'm
Yeah.
right. Well, he's like, "Oh, they didn't tell you. We're recording our everything in the appointments, and the AI summarizes it for like your visits
yeah.
summary." And I was like, "Okay, this is a useful
Yeah.
tool," but it got me thinking about access to our medical
Yeah.
information.
Everything's hackable.
Of course.
Everything's
Of course.
hackable.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's out there. It's all over the place. I don't really care about
Yeah.
my medical information.
Well, it's funny. Like you can literally take like get a blood work test and then
Mhm.
take a picture of your blood work test, put it into Grok or ChatGPT,
Yeah.
and be like, "Hey, summarize this," and
Yeah.
it'll give a full like
I did. I
better
mean,
than the actual doctors can explain it.
yes. Oh, absolutely. Because the notes on my portal say
Yeah.
like, labs look okay, normal. But when I put it into ChatGPT,
Right.
which of course you cut out your personal info.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like I don't have my social in there.
Right.
You know, I don't have all my
Yeah.
stuff. But the test results, what do I care?
Yeah.
And it tells me exactly what thing it's for, what it's looking for. It even suggested what other tests I should ask for, which were already being done.
Right.
But I really liked that
Yeah.
it helped me know what could be going on in my own body, and it also helped. It was non-alarmist.
Yeah.
Whereas when you Google,
Yeah, you can't Google anything or go to WebMD for
Yeah,
anything.
you have
'cause
cancer.
You'll have cancer and you're dying
You're
in a
dying
month.
now.
Yeah.
Right
away.
now.
Right away.
But when I put it in there, it's like, this is
Yeah.
reassuring, this is good,
Yeah.
here's the concerns. So that was nice. But some people feel that it's invasive and also that it's taking away true doctor patient kind of.
Yeah. I think that's already been taken away by how government gets involved with everything and how doctors have to do their job.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I don't know, I watched that Gary Brecka podcast with Dana White, and that one really just set me off. I was like, man, I 100% fully agree with what Dana White is like. I'll never trust a general doctor ever again because they can't say certain things. They have to do certain things by how they're governed from above and keep everything moving. So it's like, I don't know. That's why I'm also fascinated with learning how to prevent anything from happening in the first place.
Right.
Which I feel like I've got a good grasp and I've had a good experience over the last 5.5 years of not being sick at all.
Yeah.
Like I literally tried to go to I was telling Sam earlier, there was a ad pop up on my Facebook, like a psilocybin, trial. They were looking for people to go try psilocybin in town. I was like, yeah, sign me up. I didn't read the whole thing, but it was for depression. So I walk in and the lady's like, "You're not depressed." I'm like, "How'd you know?" She's like, "I can tell." Like, what do you mean? Like, you couldn't even fake it if you tried. I'm like, and I wouldn't want to because again, the subconscious mind doesn't even know the difference between real and fake.
Yeah.
And then once you really start to dive in and learn how you operate as a human and how the subconscious mind is very controlling and always wants to keep everything, predictable.
Yep.
And when you start getting outside of that predictable path, usually you start stepping into the unknown. You have a lot of fear around that, but if you can learn how to control that fear, which I guess AI would help with, like just learning, literally you can ask it anything. It's going to outline everything to a very T and get very specific, and or you can have it say, "Hey, talk to me like in a mean way, or talk to me in a very nice way." However you like to be communicated to, like it'll show up for you.
It will. It will.
Yeah.
You're right. It will. I think that kind of takes us off the path, but I'm that's fine because with that comes the danger of losing human connection,
Right.
but also I I agree that it is so necessary as far as like it's unbiased, it's able to
Right.
access all of the information, but a lot of the argument against it is that it takes away the human aspect
Yeah.
of connection or that people will start using AI over real life connection.
Yeah.
But then there's the thought of incel culture and how
Right.
it might prevent
Right.
some sort, some.
It's weird 'cause I feel like just different generations in general have either fallen off from talking to people.
Hmm.
Some people enjoy like you said, some people the AI stuff pushes people away from all that stuff and they just want to be out and interacting. I think it's like spurts. It kind of like peaks and
Yeah.
valleys type of thing or ebbs and flows,
Yeah.
if you will. Like I don't know. I found myself used to be very outgoing and trying to be around a lot of crowds. And then once I started to understand energy and how it operates and like how to protect it, I found myself even recently being around less people,
Hmm.
being more time by myself,
Hmm.
sitting by myself, sitting quietly, just getting in my thoughts, getting inside, getting internal. I've learned that's how I heal and that's how I stay feeling my best. And but I also like don't mind being in crowds. Like obviously I go to every Jaguar game
Hmm.
that's here. I get around big crowds, but I also now know that I can protect,
Yeah.
my bubble, so to speak, as I go out. So I'm not letting any, people's weird vibes or weird energies like attach or, you
Yeah.
know, try to penetrate my field, you know?
No penetrating out here.
Yeah, none.
Stay in your own field.
Stay in your own
Stay in your
field.
field. Um,
That's real.
I think so. Now there's that whole accessibility thing. It was very inaccessible for a long time,
Right.
only used for, and this is both robotics and AI. I mean, they kind of go hand in hand. Like, this was very much used in industries,
Yeah.
like more behind the scenes. And now we're having this kind of explosion of public access
Yeah.
to robots in all kinds of ways. And
Yeah.
it kind of started with, I guess, the Roomba,
Oh yeah.
right? Like the robot
Got
vacuum.
one of those.
Okay, so I do have
Yeah.
three.
They've got them now that mop the floor too. It like
I
squirts
know.
out water.
I do. I have one.
Is it awesome?
This is yes. And I was against it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was for years.
That's where certain things like are better. Shit. If I had a machine that like actually washed the clothes and then spit it
Yeah.
out and folded it and like did
Yeah.
all that stuff, like that would be just anything that you can do to get some of your time back. I think that's what the main, I don't know, probably best thing that comes from AI
Yeah.
is you can buy more of your own time back
Yeah.
because you can utilize that in a way to navigate and just like quickly get things done, quickly summarize, quickly.
Yeah.
We're not have to do as much research or yeah, if you got robots that vacuum the floor, that's less time that you have to spend vacuuming your floor. You got to
Yes.
send the robot out, boom.
Yes. Well, I have
Yeah,
6 children in the house,
yeah,
4 animals, lots of adults coming and going all the time.
yeah.
It is hard to keep the floors clean. And when I was at the Mayo Clinic for a seminar, one of the main things that they recommend was a robot vacuum.
That's awesome.
And I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it. Got the first one, and I saw it pick up like 3 pieces of
Yeah.
dust, and I was like, oh
The
my god.
airport here in Jacksonville, last time I flew home, we got home probably 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. There was probably 12 of these big, giant, like robot, like cleaning the floors.
Oh yeah.
They were vacuuming and like mopping. They were like putting stuff out. So they were like waxing the floor, mopping. They were all like just big
Going.
ass computers on wheels. Like it had like a big radius too, so that like it recognized if somebody's bag was there or somebody was
Yeah.
there, they would just turn.
Isn't that cool
Very
to
smart.
watch?
So it's like at least it keeps stuff clean.
Right. So
Yeah.
that's when I'm thinking, okay, so for myself, I would be considered chronically ill. Whatever. Like,
I'm not hearing. I'm not hearing it.
yeah, you know,
Yeah.
less energetic biologically. We'll go with that.
Sure.
So, for me, like, that was a huge deal.
Yeah.
Trying to sweep, and also I hate like sand or dirt like on my feet
Yeah.
inside when it
Yeah.
shouldn't be. So I'm like always irritated by that.
Right.
Now it's not
Not as much.
happening. I don't have to worry about
That's
it, and
good.
I get more time. I don't have
Yeah.
to have my kids do it and like have them frustrated. Then this girl today is in my yoga class, and it's lights are off, it's dark,
Right.
and everybody's in shavasana, final rest. So it's
Yeah.
everybody's eyes are closed except for mine. I'm guiding meditation, and her water bottle starts lighting up, and I'm like, "What is this now? What is this?" Because we already have at least one Apple Watch
Right.
going off a day
Yeah.
in class, you know,
Yeah.
telling you, "Good job, you've completed your," and we're like,
Yeah.
"Yay, you did it!"
Yeah.
She leaves, and I was like, "Hey, why was your water bottle lighting up? What's the deal?"
Time to drink.
Yep. And she's like, "Oh, I put my weight in, and it tells me how many ounces of water I need to drink, and it reminds me, and you can set the intervals." And I was like,
Yeah, see, that's the thing. People can't get too dependent
Yeah.
on AI.
"Yeah, right,
That's where the fear
right."
comes in. Like, you can't have your whole life ran by a computer
Mm-hmm.
because you will get out of touch with like the
Well, you
physical,
do.
human to
Have your
human.
whole mind.
Technically, we are a computer.
Right.
Our whole body is. That's what Darius did, right? I was just listening to his podcast on the way back here. Just how he has out of body experiences at will and learn how to do it. But like he's like, we are nothing but information, and
Yeah.
everything outside of us is information.
Yeah.
A lot of information, wavelengths of information that you can learn how to access. But you take in too much, too quick, you get overloaded, and your body slows down.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of maybe why you're too a little sluggish.
Yeah.
Too much information coming in.
Yes.
Too much AI stuff.
I don't think
Too
it's
much
AI.
scrolling. Too much.
Mine, I think.
Who knows?
Well, and that also speaks to unearned wisdom. What Kyle was talking about with psychedelics too
Yeah.
early or too soon or before you're
Yeah.
aware of what could happen or ready to see it, and then you've got too much information and you lose it.
Yeah. And I can speak for example on that. I tried like the straight LSD when I was probably like 19, like one or two drops. But like back then, my consciousness level wasn't where I'm at. Like if I did it again today, it would be a completely different experience. I would go in with an intention, trying to get some answers on some things,
Yep.
and instead of just like wanting to see cool stuff and like have stuff start moving and like that happened the first time. That's all I was after. Is like, oh wait, I can take something and I can actually start hallucinating real time and just see weird stuff happen, and it did a lot of it. And then I saw myself in the mirror. I was not ready for that, so that's probably where I lost a lot of it. But now it's like, shoot, the psilocybin. I've done so much research on that lately.
Yeah.
I did not know we shared 50% of our DNA with mushrooms.
It's so cool.
Did you know that?
I did.
50%.
I think Kayla told me that.
So like Paul Stamets, like the mushroom godfather, he's like, he feels like billions of years ago or however many years ago, at some point we had the same ancestors, and then we just like branched off, and then mushrooms branched off, but we come from a common ancestor of the
Right.
mushroom somehow, some energetically. But then
I'm subscribing to that.
like the psilocybin, the silin in the psilocybin, which is what stays in the brain and stays in the body, it's been proven over time with like massive study. That's why again I tried to go do this study. Didn't know it was for depression. I was like, because what it does is like we have the biggest region in our brain is called our default mode network. It's who we are. It's like when you say I'm Sam, everything that's related to you as Sam, like your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, like your mood, your ego, like everything, anything that you can possibly think, that's your default mode networking, recognizing your ego.
Yeah.
So when you get on psilocybin, it shuts that network completely off, which is fascinating to researchers because they thought the brain was going to explode with activity, explode with energy, and they hooked all these people up to MRIs and brain scans while they were taking psilocybin, and the brain, instead of activating and lighting up, actually goes completely dark in the default mode network. So everything you know about yourself completely shuts off, and then you're able to access, like they said, it's like, for example, like if you were building a neighborhood, normally you got like different roads going this way, but when you get on psilocybin, you're building like 8 neighborhoods at once.
Okay.
So it's like this region of the brain over here that never talks to this region of the brain over here, they make connections. And the silin that's in the psilocybin matches like the receptors in the brain. It fits into the receptor 100% perfectly, which no other molecule, no other substance, no other anything that's ever been put into the body matches our brain receptors at 100% accuracy.
Wow.
Fits in them perfectly. That's why, like Paul Stamets, like feels like everybody should at some point do mushrooms or psilocybin so they can access, like, because they're made it's like our DNA was made to take
Right.
psilocybin or take mushrooms or
Right.
do something that related, so you can really kind of like shut down your default mode network, who you are, and all the programs that have been installed from a young age, like that just all disappears for the time that you're on it, and then
Right.
you can really access information or get answers to questions like how's this all work, or did I have a past life, if you believe in like reincarnation, because it seems like so many people have had past life experiences.
Yeah.
Mateus Stefano, like he's the main guy that I've seen remembers all of his past lives
Yeah, that's crazy.
because he's just so tapped in. He never like came out as a young kid and like had all the visions like very early on, and his grandparents, parents were all in that same. So they never shut his
Yeah.
down. He was never
Yeah.
afraid to like experience it, so he never lost it from coming out as a baby. Like
Right.
always remembered the other side,
Right.
but then like gained more knowledge over the years because he just continued to access and never shut it down really.
Right.
Where all of us like probably had some experiences with like an imaginary friend at some point as a kid that probably wasn't imaginary. It was like actually things we were really remembering, but
Yeah.
you're taught very early on like that shit doesn't exist. So you just like, push it away,
Yep.
put a
Turn
clamp
it
on
off.
it, turn it off, and then I don't know. That's definitely I had vivid memories at like 5. I remember, and then I from that point forward I just like shut it down until I was like 40, and now I'm like starting to access it again, which is cool. So excited about starting certification part 2 on Saturday,
Yeah.
so we can level up our
Friday.
breath work.
Friday night.
Friday night, Saturday morning, yeah. But
um. Yeah. I'm very excited about starting the level 2 and really getting deeper into, just the next level of practice.
yeah,
And like the first level is the removal.
yeah,
I think when people are going into this sort of realm, you have to really get through the breakdown part. And some people it's bigger and some it's smaller. Some
yeah,
it's more dramatic and some it's less. But there's like this first level of like, oh, like waking up.
yeah.
Almost like when you wake up in the morning and it's like slow and you're like,
Yeah.
kind of asleep, and then you wake up
For some
slowly.
people,
Well, for some people.
yeah.
John wakes up
I wake
like
up and
a
get.
Disney princess.
I literally get up and drop straight down and do 50 push-ups right out of
Oh
bed
my god.
every morning. I've been doing that for a couple of years now, probably
50.
3 years. Yeah, I just get right out and like, I just feel like if I get up and start working like right away, or just like at least start moving my body and getting going, like the energy, like I don't know. I sleep really good too. I just go to bed with an intention like this is gonna be a great night's sleep, and I
Yeah.
tell myself things like this, like this is the best night I'm ever, like this is gonna be the best night of sleep ever.
Yeah.
And I usually have it, and then or I'll have some cool, crazy, vivid dreams that now I've learned how to access and bring my consciousness online, so I can play around and different things in the astral stuff while I'm sleeping, which is cool.
That's fun.
Sometimes that wakes you up feeling a little drained because you're, I guess, doing things on the other side when you're really sleeping, but
Yeah.
the energetic body's running around rampant. But
Yeah, you're busy.
yeah,
Still busy energetically.
good.
Well, yeah, I feel like that's the awakening of consciousness is that slower breakdown of whatever's blocking,
Yeah,
and then the actual opening.
yeah,
And that's where I feel like I've always had the channel to like the astral, the other side. My family's always believed in it. We have like gypsy roots
right.
back in the day, so that's really cool. My great grandmother did tarot and palm reading and
Nice.
things like that. So I'm the one that's
Yeah,
like her. And but I definitely did hear a lot of like, well, you're crazy, or those are your
right,
thoughts from outside
right.
sources like friends
You're
or
hallucinating.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Or like, oh, Sam's listening to the voices inside her head
Yeah.
again, and it's like, well, if I had, it probably would have
Yeah.
gone
I don't have
there.
anybody in my family, like no grandparents, parents, like nobody has ever talked about any of this stuff. So I just kind of like woke up one day and was like, started asking questions, heard some things. It really started when I found Dr. Joe Dispenza and like started to mess around with my health. But I was like, what's this quantum field or this informational side that I can go experience? And then I learned how to access that. And I think once somebody has a real experience where they access it and feel it, like then it becomes real.
Yeah.
And then it's like, then I don't know, you go through phases of like, damn, like you feel alone, you don't really have a lot of people to talk to. But then at the same time, it's like you have all these other people on the other side that you've been friends with forever.
Yeah.
It seems like you have a knowing. So it's like it's really weird how the phases kind of come and go. Where like you ask all the questions, you feel really good about it, you think you're starting to get some answers, and then you just like feel a little bit alone. But then you like get to a point where, shit, I'll never know all of it. But it's very fascinating to try to access as much of the information as possible.
Yeah, I think that's why we're here.
Yeah,
Is to explore.
I think we all have a I don't know passage to like evolve the consciousness of everybody, and as Darius J. Wright calls it the Great Awakening, or like that's his great mission is to awaken as many people on Earth to the other side as possible.
Yeah.
I think that's what Dr. Joe is doing is like trying to demystify health. And like you don't have to go through chemotherapy or radiation or all this stuff to like eliminate cancer. You can literally do it by thought alone and receiving like I don't know again like when some other human has done something, I like for somebody to not believe that it's true still like blows my mind. I mean, I see one person do something, I'm like, yep, that's possible now, and it totally opens up my belief system. So when somebody's gone in with stage 4 cancer, laid down on the floor, had 3 people on either side, just focus their attention and energy on healing, they get into a meditative state, access that field, and you can see real time brain scans. They're hooked up to monitors. They can see real time, like a download of new DNA from a field that's not visible, but is very accessible.
Right.
So it's like when they're taking somebody's DNA before and then taking it after, and it's got completely new stuff in their DNA. Take their blood before, take their blood after, new stuff in their blood, and they got injected with nothing. They just literally meditated, got into a state where they can access this field of information and say, I'm here to heal.
Yeah.
When I was doing a soul traveling class, like one of the places we went was called a Golden Healing Temple.
Yeah.
That was like, I literally went into this thing with a couple broken ribs and went to this temple, literally felt my ribs separating in ways that I've never felt. It's like I was breathing in between my ribs. But I was also like envisioning, like when they were explaining it and we were getting our mind right and getting to that state, like I saw this big crystal appear. I lay on this crystal and then I just feel things start happening in my body. And I was like, what is. And I remember having a clear thought of like, I know I'm sitting in a chair in Fleming Island, but I know my soul is not here right now. Like I was literally in some temple, but getting healed. I woke up like completely no pain in my ribs. I could breathe. I was like, and I've done it with my knee. I've done certain things like where I've just okay. They said this is possible. Let me attempt it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes a couple days. Sometimes it takes a week or two.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you can just literally get into that state, access real information, get real healing right then, and just wake up and be like, damn.
Yep.
I am capable of a lot more than I really thought I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be working with it actually because I just going through a lot of testing just because my whole 20s I was pregnant or breastfeeding a child, so multiple times I was referred to a specialist or whatever and just couldn't go because I was pregnant, can't get the testing, whatever. So now I'm going through a lot of different tests and things, and another one came back not how I wanted it to.
Yeah. So what are you doing about that?
I am going to fix it before the next procedure.
Right.
So now my goal is I'm going to schedule it. I'll schedule it with them today or tomorrow, figure out when I'll go, and then I'm going to meditate about it every day. It's something I've had happen before, but if it's like not looking okay, then it gets the procedure will be painful.
Right.
And I don't want that procedure. Yeah. So I am determined to meditate it away.
So I don't allow those possibilities to exist. The ones that I don't want to show up.
Right.
So it's like I've trained my brain in a way where like it's not even a possibility. I mean, all possibilities exist, but the ones you focus on will expand.
Right.
So it's
when
like
I go in there, it'll be fine.
if you would even allow that initial like, oh shit, what if this happens? Then that what if turns into 8 other thoughts about shit. This is gonna happen to you, and then this and this and this. And then it's like before you know it, you're like really you have a lot of fear, and you're getting paralyzed by it. So I've literally trained the brain. It just only possibilities that exist are the outcomes that I want to see.
Yeah.
And that I want to feel, and that I want to like step into and experience. Anything I don't want to experience, I don't think about ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's like that's a daily discipline practice though.
Yeah.
It's a daily discipline, but you can get to the point. That's why we talked about that in the last show. Just like you have to really focus on it for a while, months, sometimes years, to like really train your thoughts to like not go to that place
Yeah.
because your subconscious mind's always going to take it there first.
Yeah.
Your first thought is always going to be the subconscious mind wanting to predict an outcome that's usually not for your highest and best good.
Right.
And then once you learn that about yourself, I'm like, okay, you got to have a better relationship with your own mind,
Yeah.
which is wild. It's like, man, we get sent here. It's like we got the Mission Men in Black like
Yeah.
thing where we just forgot everything, and it's like that's messed up, man. And then you got to like relearn everything. It's quite wild, but
I know.
yeah,
I get a little salty about it.
I would
"Remove
encourage-
my limiter."
I would encourage everybody to try to access the quantum field at some point. And
Yeah.
There's so many different names for that too, like the quantum field, source, like whatever.
Yeah. The ether.
The ether, plasma.
The
There's just like
astral.
the astral. There's definitely a field of information that exists that we cannot see, taste, touch, feel. But when you get in there, you will experience it, and you'll feel like I don't know. Somebody asked me on like I put a video on TikTok, and they're like, "How do you actually? What does it feel like to get a download?" And I'm like,
That's such a tough question.
I was like, it's a good question. I was like, for me, it just feels like a knowing. Like
Mhm.
sometimes when I get into a meditative state and I access the field and I start having the visions of like how I want my life to, the next 6 months, next year, 2 years, like how I just like that's what I always do when I typically meditate is I vision how I want things to happen and the experiences I want to have upcoming.
Yeah.
I start feeling what those would feel like and stuff starts happening. But to me, I just wake up sometimes and just have that knowing. Like this feeling of like I know that's happening,
Yeah.
or yeah, I know that's gonna happen, or or you just have like it's always a different feeling though, but it's just like a knowing and a feeling, and sometimes I'll feel like a rush come in. They say like goosebumps too, or like when you're really
Yes.
in tune with like the truth,
Yeah.
or you're on the right path. So it's like I always thought goosebumps were like, oh, you get cold, you get goosebumps, or you get the chills and you get goosebumps. I'm like, no, the goosebumps from what I've learned is like there's a high intensity of information and energy around you, and it's aligning with the truth of what you're possibly thinking or moving towards at that moment. So I'm like, now every time I get chills, I'm like, yeah, like I'm on the right path, or I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah.
So
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, I got chills. That's right. We did it right.
Nice.
Last thing.
Yep.
Let's end with some statistics.
All right.
Okay. So the global AI market is expected to hit 1.8 trillion by 2030.
Yeah, easy.
2030. Like that's so soon.
Easy.
That's an insane statistic. Home robotics, though, this one is the one that I think most of us are most interested in as far as it coming into our daily lives.
Like having a robot actually in your house, like sweeping
Yes.
the floors, doing your dishes and stuff.
Right. Like
Yeah.
I'm moving.
I think Elon's already I think China's got a bunch of those
They
robots
do.
already.
They
They got little animal dogs too, like
there
little
are
robot dogs.
many.
Yeah.
It's expected to reach 24 billion by 2030.
Just don't equip them with weapons.
No, right?
That's all that. Like just don't.
They're going to be service robots, vacuums, lawnmowers, caregivers, which brings you to the question of would you allow an AI to like watch a child or like a robot?
Probably.
Oh my god, you would?
I mean, Kati, my wife was telling me a story about she saw an article or like she was watching something on the like a history channel or something like when USPS like the mail company first started. It was back in like I don't know 30s or 40s or something. It was like a certain price per. It was like weight, so they did everything by weight.
Yeah.
So somebody mailed their child that was like under 2 years old, but it was under the 50 pounds. They mailed their child to somebody else, and then somebody had heard about it, so people started literally mailing their children to other places, and the mail carriers like had to deliver these babies. So
oh my god.
at some point they're like, "Hey, you can't mail your babies anymore." So like people back in then were mailing their babies. So I could definitely see people like, "Hey, Frank the robot, keep an eye on Sally over here." Like I could see that happening.
I could see it happening too.
Yeah.
I don't think I
For
would.
sure. I
go
mean,
that.
I would really have to like get to know that robot before I trust it. You know what I mean? It's like We're gonna have to have some one-on-one time here, bud. Like,
Craziest thing
yeah,
to say. I didn't know that.
it's
Robot.
coming though. It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's already like probably China, Japan. They probably already have these things in their houses already
They do.
because they're much more advanced than we are.
I believe it is
technology-wise over here.
Japan that has them. And from what I understand, there are multiple robots available that are around $10,000-$15,000.
Yeah.
Which is way too accessible for the everyday.
I'd have like a little flying like gadget that I could just get in and fly to the
Yeah.
office or something, so I can get there like super quick instead of sitting in traffic. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be nice. Well, Tesla can do that soon, I'm sure.
They got self-driving cars already with nobody in them. So it's like, do you trust that? People
No.
people trust that already.
I don't.
It's
no.
all over Texas, and I think California's got it now.
Mm-mm.
People post videos every day. Oh, I'm in a Tesla. There's nobody in it.
Nope.
Just driving you around.
Would you?
Sure.
No. No.
I think that's why I would like that. I mean, I wouldn't mind having one of those Cybertrucks or something. Just to, I mean, you can just get like again, it's like I think the whole premise behind all of it is to make your life more convenient. It's a convenience factor,
It is.
and it's
Yeah.
a way to get more of your time back. That's the one thing that we just can't ever buy more of. Typically, is time.
Right.
So you never know when yours is expiring. So
You've
I mean, it's like the Justin Timberlake movie. I forgot what movie it was. But he
I
had like
in
that clock.
time, and I really want to watch it.
Yeah.
I've been
Like,
wanting
he had
to
that
watch
clock, and it's
Yep.
like,
it. In
and if
time.
everybody had that, that'd be wild too. But you just never know when your time is the only currency we can't really buy more of. So that's why it's important to like live your life as full as you possibly can
Yeah.
every day instead of just wasting
Exactly.
time doing stuff you don't enjoy.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll end it here. We'll come back with episode 7
Oh, lucky number 7.
next week. Stand for something, or you will fall for anything. Peace.